Hello, welcome to another Modern stream. Today we're going to be playing the other deck that I'm kind of excited about, and I think it's one of my front runners for playing in the showcase tomorrow. This is Bring to Light Dryad Shift. So we have the cards that the name suggests, but this is very much an Omnath deck. Omnath is extremely powerful in this deck. We also play in Bring to Light, so we have access to Valky, of course, the Vault. So we can BTL for T-Bolt in order to just to have a very powerful standalone play. This deck also gets to play Supreme Verdict and has a virtual 5 copies. This card is very good right now against the Murktide decks, against the Hammer decks and stuff like that. So very powerful. This deck also plays Red and 6, another card that is very well positioned against the Ragavans and the DRCs. Explore to speed ourselves up. They're very well positioned against all the Cascade decks and whatnot, and because of the printing of Prismatic Ending, this deck has played cards like Path to Exile and Lightning Bolt, which were super mediocre in the past, but now with Prismatic Ending being printed, we can actually play 4 mainly copies of Chalice of the Void and have them be very good. So Chalice, I think it's very well positioned right now, and it's very much a Chalice of the Void meta. So we get to play the full 4 copies in the main deck. The sideboard has a bunch of experimental cards: Coastal Lake against Mill and against like extremely grindy matchups, Engineered Explosives against the Lurrus decks and against the Hammer decks in particular. Force of Vigor against Hammer and Bloodmoon decks and whatnot. Also, same reason for Wear Tear. Teferi Unraveler number 3 against the Cascade decks. Endurance against Mill against the DRC decks, etc. Mystical Dispute against Blue decks. Rest in Peace against DRC Murktide decks. And like, I guess it's just an overall good card. Kataki against Hammer, and a couple of copies of Expressive Iteration for grinding matchups where we want to be able to get some card advantage. That's it. That's the list that we're going to be playing. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you do, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you for round number 1. All right, first match of the league. Sure. I'm not going to send this hand, right? Play the Stepped and say go. I think I'm gonna get a Temple Garden. Just in case my rain gets countered or whatever. Opponent gets a Triumph. No, I'm not gonna be going to any paper events. So that could be like a wide variety of decks, so I have no idea what I'm up against right now. Probably want to get another white source. Pass the turn. It could be the Mirror for sure. I think it's probably the Spike deck, I would say, in the blind. Sure. White, green, red. All of the prismatic endings. Would love to find a Omnath, if I'm being honest. Omnath would be sick. BTL would also be great. I think they just want an iteration and they just tapped wrong. Another Ren. Okay. So I guess that's the deck that is. So they do have another fetch land, so they do have another fetch land. So killing the second Ren doesn't really do anything. Man, we didn't draw really well this match. We did not draw particularly well. Damn it. Yeah, these Wooded Foothills did a lot of work. I mean, I can't really beat their combo, so if they do have their combo, we're just kind of fucked. But we do have a lot of cards that just win the game on the spot, right? Did they find the creativity? Oh, looks like they didn't. Maybe they did. Okay, so they did find it. It's an Emrakul. So Valky kills this. Just another land, man. Jesus. I drew 17 cards. I only drew 3 spells. I only drew Dryads, Prismatic Endings, and Ren and 6s. Just 3 of each. Nice and clean. Holy crap. Alright. Fairy. You need explosive instant speed interaction. I don't think this is an expressive iteration matchup. It's 28 lands. Actually, these answers Emrakul, so yeah, sure. Let's actually keep the Supreme Verdict. Although if we're BTLing for something, then BTLing for Valky is just better, because it kills the Emrakul and we can potentially cast it. Alright. Sure. Keep it. So let's just do this tapped. And I think I'm gonna go Rain on 2. I don't think their deck plays Force. Limited All-Star. Absolutely not so in limited. Prismatic Ending. Right, love the attack. Explore. Gonna fetch for an island. And a Temple Garden? Yeah, Temple Garden is good. What am I doing? I wanted to play Ren. I need to get steam vents. Whoops. Mistakes were made. Craven Inspector. That's awesome. I've never heard this called Craven Inspector. That's great. That's very, very good. Love it. That was pretty bad, to be honest. That was really bad, by the way. Fetching for the island, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get an island to cast my Renin 6. Wait, what? If they had their own dispute, I'm obviously toast, but at least we can force them to have something else, right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So bounce there. Although I guess it doesn't do anything, right? Because my opponent just minuses the explosives and we lose. So it doesn't really do anything. Also, I guess I should have gotten the Savai Triumph. Oh man, I threw this game so many different ways. I'm thinking more about the sandwich that I'm eating than the game that's in front of me. No, I mean, I could have, that was the plan. Like, I had to play this and fetch Savai Triumph on end step, untap, and then Tibalt eats the Emrakul. Return up to 1, okay. They're not targeting. It's a very good sandwich. It's a really, really good sandwich. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do this because I don't think I can tap myself. I'm gonna go fetch for the Savai Triumph, but I'm not gonna do anything for now. Ren. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, my opponent's looking for cards, that's why. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez. So we're gonna be able to play Tibalt next turn. Just got here like both of these ducks. They're good ducks. Can't argue with the ducks. I think I'm supposed to crack now. Because the Teferi surviving is a way to guarantee that the Valky is going to be good to go. Also, they're down to one single Dwarven mine. So many Wrens, so many 6s. So that's free, right? This is free real estate. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're 1 mana short. Do I want to bounce the Emrakul or do I want to exile the Emrakul? They can't have dispute. There's the fairy in play. That's why I cracked the explosives last turn. To protect this. I think that we just want a Valky here, right? Black, 1, and random color, default, exile that, plus, and ping there. Bonnie has enough. Sweet. I'm just realizing how well our deck lines up against Emrakul. D Sensor Emrakul, D Sensor Emrakul, D Sensor Emrakul, D Sensor Emrakul. I hadn't thought about how well positioned our deck is against Emrakul, which is pretty funny. Alright. Game number 3 is up on us, and I think this is a good hand. Probably gonna try to save the ending for... I'm gonna try to save the ending for opposing the fairies. These Ram battles though, man. These Ram battles are crazy. Doesn't seem too well positioned itself anyways, with Cascade being a card. Yeah, I've seen better. I've seen better times for the Iron Storm. Would love to have a dispute so I can fight back against my opponent's Teferis. Against my opponent's disputes. Because last turn they played a land, they fetched. And then they did the thing. So I'm assuming that they do have a dispute in hand. And they're gonna play Teferi now. Which truly saddens me. Oh, they have another ending. Okay. Definitely want to get a white source here. Let's get Sabai. It's pretty good. They have 2 disputes. Ugh. If they have 2 disputes, we're gonna do this. Remand. I think this is fine. It's only bad if they play exactly their own Teferi here. But now they combo. Let's go name Planeswalkers. That's a super interesting sideboard plan. All right. So we're just gonna have to verdict that. Just go for broke here. I was honestly not expecting this. So I guess nothing we could have done would have really mattered, right? We were fine against Emrakul, but this really threw us off for a spin. Crazy. All right. See you for the next round. All right. I think I'm keeping this even though I don't have green mana. We have a lot of green sources. This hand is nice and interactive. But it moves to 5. Blooded Strands. Hey. Maybe we should have played Steam Vents there. I don't think so. Temple Garden. Play Ran. Probably gets countered. My opponent's playing Counterspell in the blue-black deck, so we understand why they are. I understand why they're 0-1. Drawing very poorly. We can't really play this island because if we do, then we cannot cast Omnath. Cryptic Command. Snapcaster counter. Nothing. Okay, I can do nothing. Just playing Esper control. Draw 2. Okay. Prismatic Ending. Sure. Okay, to try Well, hello there. I think I want to throw away one of these Bring to Lights. And the reason for that is that my opponent can have the fairy of their own. And if they do, then I want to make sure that I get, like, I just use my Bring to Lights. Esper Charm. Holy crap. My opponent is a boomer through and through. Boomer through and through. Okay, down to 2 cards. Took 2 damage here that I didn't need to, I guess. I mean, I was playing on Cycling, so I guess that but I could avoid it if I had tapped better. One, 2, white, green. Two, 3. Okay. So think I want to play one of these, but not the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm also one land away from just killing them. 1, 2, 3. And now I can Dryad into Scapeshift. I guess I don't really need to Scapeshift. Green, white, black. Cool. So Esper Boomer control. So this seems good. This seems good. These seem good as well. Endings seem kind of medium. I don't like the chalices. This is not entirely unreasonable. Omnath makes this kind of real. Thorniel, thank you so much. Tier 1 sub 16 months. Appreciate the continued support. Can drive. Don't know what that means, but thank you. I don't like this hand. For color decks are everywhere. Blood Moon seems a bit strong right now. Maybe too slow, but very strong. I mean, this makes Blood Moon not that good. But yeah, decks like the Blue-Red Murktide decks are just having a blast right now. Keep, bottom the Valky. Okay. I think I'm exploring on 2. Trial. Now we play the relevant spell. This is a spell that doesn't matter. So if my opponent wants to use a counter spell here, it's probably good for me. Sweet. So now next turn we can play a Ren with Dispute backup. Or the Ren just resolves. Sweet. Sure. I guess that seems worth disputing. Get a Steam Vents. Don't really have any other options, so yes, we get a Steam Vents. I mean, I could see scenarios where my opponent gets out of this, but it seems pretty unlikely. Just gonna get my draw here because my opponent showed me Prismatic Ending. Alright, yeah. This is just not a good deck. It just cannot keep up with what the rest of the format is doing. See you for the next round. Alright, round number 3 here. I've been so good at drawing this Valky. This hand is trash though. There he goes. So that's either Affinity or some sort of Urza deck, I would assume. So I think I'm playing one of these chalices on 0. Bucky's the new Triad. It could be an Asmo deck. Dude, like Asmo decks have completely disappeared. It's pretty wild. Okay. Get a Triumph. Plus, maybe they'll crack Soul Guide. I don't know. They do. So we're gonna need to find another fetch here. That Soul Guide Lantern kind of hit us. Rain is nice too. No, I think that we have to get Rain going, right? Because we only had 2 lands. Not Maran. Easy game. Would like that one back, please, and thank you. So all we need to do is we just need to hit our 8th land drop. We're gonna be good to go. Okay, they have Urza. That's big game. That's actually huge game. Because the 4/4 kills the Ren. We could draw Omnia, so I'm gonna hold on to this fetch. Bring to light, please. I just have to kill the Ursa, right? Green, white, blue, red. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, and then 8 next turn. I guess I could even play a defensive Scapeshift that doesn't win the game. No, Ursa draws my opponent's cards. The construct, I don't think it's gonna race me quickly enough. With double dark steel. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. Alright. Blew up their own construct, but they go bubble. Something. Okay. So blue, white, anything. Bounce that. Green, red. Forest. Actually, at this point, I want to leave the mountains in the deck. Planes. Chalice for 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have enough mountains to win. Mad Maxon, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Joining you in the move to Nile Lands. Long live Urza Saga. Long may he reign. Yeah. Urza Saga is pretty stupid. Not gonna lie. My opponent's just playing blue white artifacts, I guess. They're playing their own sagas. Okay, so that's easy mode now. I don't even need to count if I have enough mountains. Just find lands at random. Just clicking stuff at random here. What's the top decks in the metagame right now? Finally getting back into Modern after 3 years. Hammer Time. Hammer Time is probably the best deck. And then you have the blue red Murktide decks. And that's it. That's your tier 1. The Cascade decks are also pretty solid, but wow, you do love some technicalities, Hydralak, huh? You do like some technicalities. Is this a Chalice matchup? I guess it probably is. Is it really though? Black Red Darcy. I think that Black Red Darcy is better than the other decks. It's worse than the other decks that I just mentioned. I guess maybe it's better than the Cascade decks. I mean, if you want to hear me talk about the metagame, go nuts. You can hear me talk about the modern metagame every single week by listening to Mishra's Bubble, my podcast. I don't think Titan is very good right now. I mean, I really don't know what to do about these chalices. They don't seem very good to me, honestly. Maybe I'm undervaluing them, but keep. A meta where control isn't present is unhealthy. It's possible. I mean, the blue-red Murktide deck is sort of control, but it isn't. The problem is, like, if you want to play control, you have to play, like, you have to be more mid-range slanted, I guess. That's what Nassif did when he won that challenge a couple of weeks ago. And I think that, you know, when everybody thinks control, everybody thinks of, you know, the card Counterspell. Which is fine. Obviously, that's kind of like sort of a flagship card, right? Everybody thinks Counterspell whenever they think control, but the reality of the situation is that Counterspell is not the way to currently build control anymore. Frogging Triumph. Definitely gonna ending the Esper Sentinel. I'm gonna prevent them from drawing a card. Next turn we can the Fairy bounce the token, or we can Dryad. I think I'm just gonna Dryad. Dryad plus play Valakut. Let's play Triumph actually. And now if my opponent doesn't kill my Dryad, it seems like they are in a Saga plan. And if they are going for a Saga plan, then we get to completely destroy them. Because they don't know about this natural Valakut that I have in hand. Oh, I know Kataki. Oh, the Kataki! That's right! Yeah, this should be a Kataki. This should not be the Fairy Time Raveler. It is just like a massive brain fart. That's literally all that it is. No, definitely there should be a Kataki here. We added that card to the list like very last minute, so I honestly just forgot that it existed. That's really funny. Now, obviously, Kataki would be amazing, right? This is kind of nice that we get to kind of choose what we want to do. Like if my opponent cracks the spell bomb now, then we can float green, white. Although I guess that we can potentially lose if we do this. So we can leave my opponent with just the... We're gonna leave my opponent with just the Urza. And then we're gonna replay. But my opponent is not gonna have constructs, so they can't really pressure me effectively. And then... So... This limits their mana by a lot. And now we can Dryad, or I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can just, I guess that we can Scapeshift, but we drew 5 mountains. So we can Scapeshift, but we can Valky. 1, 2, 3. If we draw an untap land, we can Dryad plus BTL, which is nice. But they seem to have a lot of like random affinity synergies going. So like if we just get in place of those synergies, they seem to not be in great shape. Thank you for the follow, Ed Tom Bell. Appreciate it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, now we just win, right? Because they tapped out. Green, blue, black, red, white. Scapeshift. Cast it. Sweet. See you for the next round. My opponent is already winning the psychological warfare by being called meme brand. Awful. Ugh. Nightmares. Nightmares. Good old meme brand. Hell yeah. Good old 28 land. Not see any in the opener. Remember when Monkey was a card? Yeah. Honestly, I think I would take the other Monkey than the current Monkey. Monkeys have always been a problem in this game, apparently. So we're keeping this hand. I think we're just sending Valky. Asta will think it will follow. Opponent says they love the content. Always very happy to hear that. Let's play that tapped and say go. Turn 1 Spire Bluff Canal, turn 2 Spire Bluff Canal. Let's go on an exploration. Gonna go get a Jeskai Triumph. There's no way I'm about to get Blood Moon, right? Just playing some sort of Cascade deck. F's in chat for me. They're playing Liminent. No. The thing is that they can't cast Liminent with that mana. Nice Gemstone Caverns. Chalice. Another Teferi. I think I want to cycle. They also don't have cyclers. That's a weird ass hand that my opponent's got over there. Seems free guide in specific has enabled a lot of generous stuff, but it's still got him. Excuse me, what? More lands? You'll love to see it. My opponent is tactical hand against this card. I like it. Next level place. What the hell is going on here? Jeez. Chalice. Let's play that for 0. Play a fetch, say go. Are they cascading Red Promise? That's what I'm thinking that's going on. They're just cascading into Glimpse. 2 minutes ago, complaining about no lands, not drawing lands, still not happy. Classic streamer, I know. I'm very. I'm insatiable. What? 3, 4. Okay, we're just gonna start naturally triggering Valakids, I guess. All right. 2-2 mode engaged. Yeah, they're just like a meme glimpse deck, I guess. Thank you. Two, 4? I can't beat that, says my opponent. So they're playing the Cascade deck. So this suck. Do these matter? I mean, I guess matter more than the other options. And then none of this other stuff matters. So I guess that expressive iteration draws me towards my chalices and I can play it for 0. Force for the ley lines. I don't care about their ley lines, right? What do their ley lines even do? They're just random permanents. CSP doesn't matter. It's a 3-mana mana leak. I think it matters more than killing random ley lines that don't do anything. If Gloom resolves is one more permanent. Yeah, but if Gloom resolves, like I'm probably losing anyway, right? Leyline also stop the Scapeshift one. I don't think I care about that though. Like, I don't think Leyline is better than any of the cards that I'm playing here. Force, I mean. I don't think Force is better than any of these cards. Maybe the Verdict. But I still think I'd rather play the Iteration over the Leyline. I think I'm gonna go with this, and we'll see. We'll see later. Yeah, you keep it. We're on the draw, but this hand does have a Teferi. I actually don't like Explore on the draw against the Cascade deck. It draws me towards Chalice, right? This is a Chalice deck. So all my cantrips are actually better than normal. Better than they are in this deck under normal circumstances, just because I have Chalice, and Chalice is like such a back-breaking card against my opponent's deck, which should be a bad matchup for me. So I think it's fine. Because even on the draw, I can just like draw, I can dig one card deeper towards finding the Chalice in my top like 10 cards instead of just top 9. That's a grief. And my Teferi's gone. Temple Garden? I mean, if they have it, they have it. I'm gonna cycle main phase here, looking for Chalice. Green, white, red, blue. Psycho looking for Chalice, not find it. Find Triumph. Pass it again. Play that. So if they have the combo, they have to do it now, so it gives me more information about what I want to do. They don't have it. Blue, white, red, green. Dispute. Got me. Good thing I played my Chalice first. Sì, show me out. That's a lot of lands. That's an answer to my Chalice. We seem to be in danger. We seem to be in danger. Infinite Scapeshifts incoming. Hell yeah. The Fairy, another Chalice? No. I'm scared, chat. I'm scared. I'm scared, chat. I'm scared. Cross your fingers for me. Wait, what? What happened? Oh, they misclicked on the cast. To be honest, they have to look at the top 3. They really need to luck suck this. They would really need to luck suck this. They also have like a bunch of whiffs. That's a whiff, that's a whiff. Lands are all whiffs. I know, this deck seems so bad to me. Anyway, see you over the next one. Back in the day, this used to be a 4-1 stream. Let's see if it still is. Only one way to figure out. Playing against Lurrus. Keep. We're on the play too. Sick. Sick. This hand is kind of the nuts against the Lurrus deck. This is now a 100 PP stream. How the times have changed. Just get Temple Garden here. I think I have to play Prismatic Ending. I have to play Ren, I mean. Now I drew the land and because my goal, obviously my opponent's playing red, so my goal is to Omnath. That's what I was thinking. Now obviously that's just not as good anymore. So far this looks like the Naya deck, I guess. So maybe they think I'm the Naya deck. So Lightning Bolt going at my face. That's a Skewer the Critics going at my face. So it's just like burn, but my opponent's actually playing Lurrus like they should. Good for them. Ugh, we're just gonna die, aren't we? We're just gonna die. Suspend Riftbolt, suspend Riftbolt, suspend Riftbolt. Suspend Riftbolt. Damn it, they're not gonna suspend Riftbolt. Ugh. One turn too short. Damn it. I guess I should have Prismatic Candy on turn 1. On turn 2, sorry. They don't have it, chat. They don't have it. Because they're playing Bubble in their deck, of course! Of course, they're playing Bubbles in their deck! Yay! Oh man, you love to see it. You love to see it. They're playing Bubbles in their deck, chat. Oh man, what a great time to be alive. Just playing some Bubbles, you know. Just out there, just babbling. Good times, good times. I'm gonna kill my Omnath, but I'm just gonna get another one with this Bring to Light. Of course, gaining 3 life in the exchange, obviously. Of course. Seal of Fire. That's a way to enable Delirium. That's a great way to enable Delirium. Would like to cast that, please and thank you. They have 1 card left in hand. Seems worth. Boop. Phew. Feel like Neo in the Matrix, dude. Feeling like Neo in the Matrix, just dodging those bullets like an absolute champ. Good turn, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, so my opponent's playing DRC Lurrus Burn. Feels like the one of Fun of Endurance is going to have a good time, I think. Chalice even good? Probably. Seems aggressively medium, but it's probably worth it anyway. We could cut bulky. The fairy seems good, but kind of medium on the draw. So 2 copies seems fine. I don't think I want to go the rest in peace route. Maybe explosives as extra removal. That's the only other card that I'm considering here. But I think I'd rather have verdict than the explosives. So I think this is fine. We just gotta draw Omnath and we should be fine. Let us take paper. 3k tomorrow. I've been off and on the main deck Chalice watching this league. They have been good in 2 matchups. I assume the paper metagame will be open, so the better in the sideboard. I have no idea what your metagame looks like, so I can't really help you. I'm playing against the Magic Online metagame, right? And the Chalices are fantastic in the Magic Online metagame. So yeah, I mean, I can't really help you. Like, if you think that your metagame, if you were playing a Magic Online event, I would tell you no, play Chalices, but since you're playing in a local event, I don't know whether you should or should not play Chalices. So Ren kills the DRC, which is nice. But this Rolling Vortex is brutal. So maybe I want some wear tears and stuff, I guess. Ha! Bubble pings them for 5. That's amazing. Bubble hits them for 5, dude. That is... that is so sick. That's a Chalice of the Void. I'm not playing that. I don't think. We're racing, all right. We're racing, all right. It's kind of cute how Eidolon actually counts. Like, we just endurance them and it only took them 2 cards to get back to Delirium. It's pretty funny. So I think I'm gonna cycle, and I definitely want to have a white source in play. Okay. So what can we BTL for? Dryad? Does Dryad win the race? Oh, BTL kills me, you're right. 100%. So we just naturally have to... No, I'm going to Chalice on 2, I think. And we're gonna have to draw Dryad. Yeah, maybe Chalice 1 would have been better, because I was thinking Chalice 2 because of the Eidolon, but the Eidolon is out of the game now, so... Man, Roiling Vortex just did the thing. Please draw a bunch of 2-drops. They had 1 draw and it need to be exactly Lightning Bolt, right? This is the literal only 1 drop that kills me here. Because they were dead on their own upkeep. They were dead on their own upkeep with the ping. So they needed to draw off the Sunbay Canyon, they needed to draw exactly Lightning Bolt. This is the only card that does it. Because all the other stuff is either 2 mana or sorcery speed. That's what I chose. There's actually more instants in my opponent's deck between Lightning Helix and stuff like that than there are. So in terms of the percentages, it needs to be exactly Lightning Bolt. Lava Spike doesn't do it because they are dying on their upkeep. They are 2-1 and this trigger is still on the stack. This trigger still needs to resolve. So Lava Spike doesn't do it. How is that a punt? I am explaining why this was the correct play. How is that a punt? They have Boros Charm, Lightning Helix. Those are instants. I don't know if they do, but there's literally only the bolts left. Skullcrack, another one, yeah. It is 100% not a punt. 100% not a punt. I'm gonna cut the verdict and... just got a Ren. If anybody thinks that it was a punt, then please explain to me why, because I think that it wasn't. So we're gonna do... That's gonna get the other Katria Triumph. And then I'm gonna go turn 1 Chalice, I think. They only had 1 mana available because of the Painland. They had 2 mana available. They had an Aspiring Vantage and a Basic Mountain. Actually, I should have probably played that. The earlier we play the Chalice, the more likely it is to actually, you know, do the stuff that we wanted to do, so... We're not going to be able to explore into Ren. Wouldn't feel bad about that loss anyways. The opponent did eat 5 damage from Mr. Valo, so that was unneeded. Sure, but they still need to draw their cards, right? They still have, like, they can't really afford to not do anything. They can't have a dead card in hand. They won with 0 cards in hand, right? If they hadn't played the bubble, then they would have won. because I took exactly lethal on that turn. Yeah, we're not in good shape. Drawing Debris deal was not great. Drawing the BTL there was not great. So I guess it would need to draw like exactly Omnath right now. Just gonna lose to Rolling Vortex twice in a row. Although maybe this is doing a lot of work. Fetch. We can't even go find Dryad. I can't gain life with the Omnath. I mean, that may be the line. That may still be the line because I'm that desperate, but I think my opponent's gonna have some number of 2-drops in hand. I'm at 10, I would take 5, got down to 4, lose to Bordo's Charm. They don't need Skullcrack, they have Rolling Vortex. Just pay 1 and I can't gain life. The problem is if I don't do it now, I'm in the same spot next turn. So at least I will have a blocker. So I still think that is the play that I have to do. Turn to Rolling Vortex. Both games. All right. If we somehow don't die, if we somehow do not die here, skewer the critic's face. And they have another skewer the critics. It's a tough way to go. That's a tough way to go. No, this cannot exile Rolling Vortex. Exiles artifact or creature. Yeah, we were dead. The deck felt good though. We only went 3 and 2, but the deck actually felt very good. Needs more Platinum Empyrean? No. I think that card is just a trap. No love for Kaya's Guile. I have 1 black source in the deck. I built previous version of this deck with the point of playing Kaya's Guile. Like I was splashing exactly for Kaya's Guile and nothing else. So obviously I do like the card. I just don't think it's worth it now because we're already playing Chalices. And everybody just loves to always suggest cards, but they don't tell me what to cut. If you're gonna suggest cards, please tell me what to cut and please tell me how that would fix something that's a problem for the deck. They just like throw in random numbers of cards, random names of cards doesn't really achieve much. I mean, we could play something like Time Lord Reinforcements or whatever, but I think probably the Supreme Verdict is excellent. I think this card is way better than Kaya's Guile, so I would never cut this for Guile. Also, the mana doesn't function. Like when I was playing Giles, I was adapting my mana accordingly. I was playing Overgrown Tomb, I was playing Savitram, so I had a bunch access to a bunch more black sources, like Goth Triumph. I was building my deck with that in mind. This deck is not built to do that. Like this mana base is not built to be 5 colors, it's built to be 4 colors. This list is only running 3 Valakuts, by the way. I don't think you need to do more changes than just take out 1 iteration for 1 timely. I haven't played against any grinding matchups. Also, I'm not going to change my deck for Burn. Burn is unplayable, right? Burn is not a good deck right now. So I'm not going to like change my deck construction based on a deck that is bad. And that is not a significant part of the metagame. If we were to play Guile, we would first of all need to change the mana base. And second of all, I think I would cut the Endurance. And probably the resting pieces for 3 Kaya's Guile. I think it would be just too much for the mana, so I don't think I would want to do that, but keep getting wrecked by bad decks. I am planning to play in an event where I don't expect to see too much burn. Tracker versus Iteration Cyber. I have not played Iteration. I didn't cast it once, Spider, so I have no idea whether this is good or not. It could be good, it could be terrible. I have no idea. But this gives you the cards. Tracker also turns into a threat, but sometimes Tracker can be awkward, and it's definitely mana, way too mana hungry. When do you get Valky over Scapeshift? When it's turn 5. When you don't have 7 or 8 lands in play. Kind of want another one of these. Kind of want another one of these. I think the Fairy is very good right now. Also not sure how I'm feeling about the Kataki. Haven't played against Hammer at all. What imagines doing this in against all of the Cascade decks, against every control deck, against most mid-range decks. The Fairy is very good right now. It's not good in the abstract, but it's good in context. Like against the Murktide deck, this card is just absolute gasoline, right? It just does everything you want. I guess before making changes, I'm just gonna play another league. That's gonna be it for this one though. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.